Hi, guys. My name, Maro, you know me, and this is the third time I've been recording this video. The first time I didn't really know what the fuck I was talking about. The second time I knew what I was talking about, but I didn't have any script for it. So I'm just gonna be talking now. All right, I'm not even using my model. I know that's stupid of me. I'm just gonna be talking because I have a bit to go over in this video. So, let us begin. So, in short terms, this is an update video. It's been a while since I've made any type of update video. And I think, now is an appropriate time to actually, explain to you guys what's kind of going on with this channel, what's happening, and kind of the future of it. Since, let's just kind of start with the biggest thing that you all are probably aware of is that TikTok is getting banned. Now, I don't use TikTok all that much. I actually don't give a shit about TikTok. I could care less about it. Honestly, I'm kind of glad it's being taken away from, kids and all that in US and just other countries as well, since, have you guys seen the type of content that's on there? There's like fucking gore videos or whatever. It's like Instagram, but worse. Because you've got so many influencers on there that are like, telling kids like, hey, you should do this, you should do that, you should go and light a fire in a house. And don't try this, by the way. Don't listen to what I'm saying. I'm just like, I'm just referring to a lot of things people are saying on TikTok. But yeah, I don't really give a shit about TikTok. I'm honestly kind of glad it's getting taken away. But why am I bringing this up if it's like a little bit of a worrying thing or a big thing? Well, the same people who made TikTok have also made other apps, and one of the big ones and one of the kind of things that fucks me over a little bit is CapCut. If TikTok is going, then most likely CapCut is as well, because it's connected to TikTok, and US Supreme Court's like, hey, we see this and we're like, no, connected to TikTok, I don't like that, get out of here, all that type of stuff. And even if CapCut doesn't get banned or whatever, it's probably still gonna not be updated. It's gonna lag a lot, and overall it's just gonna be shitty in a couple months after TikTok is gone. I get kind of fucked over a little bit because I've used CapCut for about 4 years now on my channel, or 4 years, I don't know. My first video that I made on CapCut, actually, let me check how long ago that was. It was my video where it is the review on Waluigi's taco stand. Okay, so it was about 3 years ago, about 3, because now we're in the new year, and everything's kind of changed. I don't know when I specifically made this video. I made this video in about May of 2023, so yeah, 3 years that I've used CapCut for. It was a fun time. It was really fun. Because the thing about CapCut that was really cool is that it was like Premiere, but it was also more simplified. It wasn't as advanced as Premiere, but there was things about it that just made it more simple. That being hey, you just got this option here, a filter here, so it was all fine. It was all normal, and it was all cool. But now we can't really have that anymore because it's going to be taken down, or it's going to be banned, or it's just going to start lagging, and it's overall going to be terrible. The past is going to be the past soon, and we must look forward to the future. Someone will get that. If you're that someone who gets that, say, hey, I made that quote, you're stupid. Someone comment that if you made the quote, and I know, if you didn't make the quote, and someone else comments that, and you say that, I'm going to ban you. Because I know who said the quote. And since I've used CapCut for editing, and it's going to be gone, what am I going to do? Well, I just got to look for another editing software, and I'm probably going to switch over to Premiere. It was the editing software that I used before CapCut, actually. I remember my video on my review on Freddy Fazbear's Pizzeria game 1 through 4. I used Premiere on that, and it was fine. I wasn't really as advanced in Premiere that time than I was before, or I am now. Imagine all the stuff I can make now with Premiere. Now that I'm more advanced in it, now that I have more skills in it, and I have, just all the type of stuff. So yeah, I'm most likely going to have to move over to Premiere, but that's fine. I can deal with that. But in the meantime, there probably won't be a whole lot of content just because, well, I got other stuff I got to worry about and work on, and I will kind of explain that in just a second. In the meantime, though, I will be probably doing more streams. Probably, now that I have more time. I'll explain why in a little bit. But I have more time, and while I can't make content, I can probably just do some streams, play some games, play some funny games, whatever games that I find are enjoyable and cool. I'll play them, and, we'll have a fun time. I don't know, maybe I'll do a stream on Balatro or something. That'll be fun, right? Watching me fall into debt. I could play the new Sonic X Shadow game. You know, that game where you play as Sonic and Shadow gets wings. I could play that game. Or I could play Metaphor, you know, the new SMT style game. Or I can actually play an SMT game. I can actually maybe stream Persona 3 and do everything wrong, and people are going to be like, you fuck! So yeah, that'll be kind of like what I do in the meantime. But now it's time to explain the big things. This is kind of like good news now. The other stuff is like maybe bad news just because, you know, I'm CapCut's going. But this is like good news now. This stuff is going to be very, very good news. I bet some of you are probably wondering what my previous video was. You know, my first video, 2025. That being Evangelion Intinium Treacherous. A lot of you are probably wondering what that is, and it's actually kind of a cool thing, and let me explain. So there's going to be a little bit of context before this, just a tiny bit. In my digital media class, we were tasked to make a film project that would be like in a film festival thing. And what I had in mind was, well, why don't I make something that I had planned for a while now, you know, another project I had planned. So now that I've released this, I can officially say that a new project that I'm making on my channel, or just in general, a new project I'm making, is called Evangelion Intinium. Now, what is Evangelion Intinium, you might ask? Well, allow me to show even more context. So this kind of moves on to the topic of the Evas as well, you know, the SCU series I'm making. The main character in my series, Shinji, a lot of people are probably thinking like, oh, that's Rebuild Shinji or something. You know, it's the one from the Rebuild movies, along with Rei, Asuka, Mari, you know, all those characters. Well, that was my original thought in mind. But as more time went on, I was saying like, you know what? What happened to my throat there? You know what? What if I kind of expand that story a little bit of like the potential Rebuild movies? But then I'm thinking like, well, it's not really the Rebuild movies anymore. It's like my own thing, my own project. So, instead of just having it be called the Rebuild of Evangelion movies or series or whatever, I decided to call it the Evangelion Intinium series. A lot of you probably are now, you know, understand or get that this series, Evangelion Intinium, is a prequel to the Evas. It's going to be like a series that kind of explains, shows like more of the characters. It's similar, even though I say it's not going to be the Rebuilds, it's going to be similar to the Rebuilds where it's like, you know, you got like 2 movies and then it changes. It's gonna be similar to that, but with my own takes on like what's happening. And the Treacherous short film was kind of a prologue. And if any of you know about Evangelion or all that, which I guess you maybe don't, then I'm not gonna explain what happened in that film. I'm not gonna explain. You guys, it's up for interpretation of what happened. But just saying, it's very, very important. So now this moves on to like kind of the final topic, that being episode 5 of the Evas. Now, I know I keep saying a lot that, hey, I'm gonna get this film done by like December, maybe November. Okay, now I gotta get it done by January, February. Let me explain. I have to apologize just because I don't know when I'm gonna get this film done. I don't know when episode 5 is gonna come out. I have a lot of it done. I do have a shit ton of it done. I am going to make sure that I finish filming this week, so that'll be a good thing. Because, you know, CapCut's dying and I import my videos through CapCut, so I kind of need to finish it this week, at least filming-wise. Editing-wise, I'll probably do it on Premiere when I get that, but I have a lot to still do. I have to edit a lot of it. I still need to get some assets, you know, some filming and all that, so it's going to take a while. I don't know when it's going to release. I honestly do not know. I guess I'll just have to work with what I got, and it'll come out when it come out. It might come out, you know, 1 year after episode 4, because episode 4 is going to turn 1 year old in just 2 months. That sounds disgusting to say. 1 year after episode 4, maybe a little bit before, maybe a little bit after. I suck at keeping promises. I suck at making schedules and all that. Well, I don't really suck at making schedules. I have like a schedule plan or idea. It's just that like when making long projects like this that I also have to do with school and all that, my schedule becomes very fucked. I guess in this case, I'm getting closer to done, and after that's done, I should be able to get back to making normal, videos, reviews, all that. I did have a review in mind, and I guess I can't really work on it now because I gotta focus on this real quick. But I guess since I did promise that I was gonna make a review, or I guess I had a thought of it, I'll tell you guys what the review is going to be. Like, you know, my first review that I make in 2025. My first review I'm gonna make in 2025 is gonna be of the Metal Build Eva Unit 2 because I got that figure for Christmas. I didn't have to pay anything for it. It's mine now. So yeah, if everything goes like according to plan, that should be my first review of 2025, unless a specific figure comes in, which, if you know, you know. If that figure comes in, I'll do a review on that first, but if it doesn't, and I start just making a review on Unit 2, I'll work on that. So yeah, that really wraps it up for this whole little mini update video. You know, I had a little bit to go over, but, like, I kind of had plans. Hopefully I could do them. I'm gonna have lots of hope that I can do them. Until that point, when, you know, I see you guys again, either in a stream or a video, or maybe episode 5, I don't know, I will see you guys then. So yeah, that's pretty much it for this video. Thank you all for watching and sticking around, and I will see you guys in the next video. Whenever it will be, I don't know, but I will see you guys then. Thank you all for watching.